with a brand new video, and we're talking about changing the image of yourself. Don't forget, folks, while you are here, like and subscribe. Comment down below, help out the video to get out into the YouTube universe. All right, changing the image you hold of yourself, very powerful. Your self-image, very powerful. It can push you forward, propels you forward, or it can, keep you where you are. And I know that's our goal, at least I would think, to get to where we need to go. That picture that you see in your head of who you want to become. You want to become the guy who owns a Lambo. You want to become the guy who goes hunting like frequently and get the big bull elk or something along those lines. You want to be the guy to get up and go out there and go run the 50-mile race. You're sitting out there thinking, pondering, thinking about it. But there is something that you want to see yourself doing in the future. Maybe you want to run that 50-mile race, but you are overweight right now. It's a challenge. Lots of boulders in the way, and you need to work on those boulders and make them turn them into gravels so that way they are easier to sweep out the way, right? So in the beginning, I have to walk over those boulders because it was just so painful. When I look back at it now, it's funny. I'm laughing now because it's um, you know the journey was just crazy. When I look back at it and see, I'm like, oh my god, are you freaking kidding me? Am I ever going to be better than how I am? Is that ever going to happen? What is going on here? So I decided, in those early days, those hard days, I'm still trying to figure the bloody thing out, and it was just so difficult. Like the happiness, the joy, the peace of mind. Oh, that was such a far cry. It was such a long way away. I'm like, one day, I am going to become a little bit more happier than how I am because I can, Jack. Um, So those days, it's very difficult. Don't forget, folks, while you are here to like and subscribe. Appreciate y'all for being here, and please comment down below. That really helps out the video a lot. All right. So, uh, yeah. So, what's up, Chris? Yeah. Jack, what's up with you, man? Mm. Luke, how you doing? Ariane, what's up, bro? How you feeling? All right. So in those early days, like on the journey, there are lots of boulders in the way, and I am going to say to you, like, you guys gonna have to learn how to climb over those boulders in the beginning because it's very difficult. I do not care what you want to accomplish. Me personally, I wanted more happiness than anything else. I just want to be happy. I just want to be out, flee away, get away from the misery, the anger, the hatred, the bitterness, the old trauma, old problems, all of that stuff. I just want to get away from it. Bad relationships and all, and everything else that, all these things wrapped up together and gave me a very horrible life, to live. So I wanted to be happier than how I was. And over the years, I figure out how to do it to become more happier. And this is when your self-image comes into play. If you see yourself as a happy person, all you need to do is to put in the work and follow the steps so that way you can change your life. Yes, you can do it. I did it, and I think you can do it too. Right? So your self-image, very powerful. This is why a lot of us cannot get past where we are. We move forward a little bit, and then we have to come back to where we are, because you see where we were, because this is how we see ourselves. You cannot rise any higher than how you see yourself until you deal with that image in your head. That image might comes into a voice form, in the son of a voice. That image might comes into you know, like a feeling, because you are a more kinetic person, or that image might comes into a actual picture because you are a more visual person, and that's just how these things work. Right? Itio, what's up? So, change the image of yourself in order for you to become better. That's what you're gonna have to do. Work on the self image. And there are some things I highly recommend you do. Sometimes you're just gonna have to learn how to let some things go, let some people go, get out of certain areas. Don't try to put yourself in a inject yourself into everything and into everywhere. Stay where it is safe for right now. Oh, right on. I do not know who that is, but I hope it's somebody who I could look up to. Thank you all for being here, and yeah. No, not at all, not at all. Bareback, not at all. Yep, yadi dayasa. Yep, I have never tried to hide that at all, brother. So change the image of yourself, right? And like I said, don't try to inject yourself in everywhere, in everything. Stay by yourself for a while. I highly recommend that. Right? I know, you want to go hang around people and be around people, but like, I don't know. I think you should spend some time, especially if the trauma, old trauma is still there. All these things are, still bothering you, and you keep on getting yourself into unnecessary problems which you do not want to be in. This is when you're gonna have to literally make the shift, make the change, and just decide to make the move and move. Hey, William Paul, what's up, brother? Appreciate you, man. Right? So, gonna make the move. Where you at right now? Where you live? If that is not where you want to be, perfect. Best thing could ever happen to you. I do not like where I live. That's change. You wanna change your environment. You're gonna have to pack up your stuff, get out of where you at, get on the taxi, the train, the taxi, the train, the bus, whatever, the plane, and get to your next destination. Or even on your freaking scooter, motor, whatever, But that's good. You wanna change your physical address, environment. Right? Nick, what's up with it? Right? So you're gonna make that move. Get out of where you at. You don't need to explain anything to anybody really. It's like, I want to make this move. This is where I wanted to go. I want to go here. I want to go to San Antonio. You don't even have to know anybody there really, except maybe for like one person or so. And over time you will make friends over time. So you don't need to worry about friends. And before you go into those people's lives, please fix yourself first before you inject yourself into other people's lives, because we do not want to deceive those people. Heather, appreciate you. Welcome back. Thank you very much for being here. Right? And we do not want to inject ourselves into those people's lives, and meanwhile when we show up as chameleons, we are not who we say we are. We all been through that phase when we're trying to hide and trying to cover up, and I'm like, why do that? Why not just go through the personal development? Why not just change? You know what I mean? Hi, Star Boy, what's up? Welcome back. Appreciate you. Glad you're here. Right? So we do not want to be chameleons. We want to go into those people's lives as the person who we say we are. If you are a decent human being, that's just who you are. But if you pretend like you're a decent human being, but at the same time, deep underneath there is a whole bunch of pain and anger and bitterness and resentment and old trauma, and that stuff needs to be washed away and cleaned up before you enter into other people's lives. And this is where you're gonna have to be honest with yourself. Am I living the way how I really want to live? You know, you want happiness, joy, peace. You want to be kind. You want to be loving. You want to be caring. You want to be compassionate. Are you living like that? All right? Amen. No. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Star Boy. Boys. Right? And then, no, if you, acknowledge the fact that you are not who you say you are, and you look at where you are and look at where you need to be, look at the person who you want to become. You see that image in your head. You want to be that nice, kind, friendly person, right? And right. Hey, sit down, Gert. What's up with you, man? Sit down, have a seat in the front row, Gert. And take some good lessons, some good schooling. All right. So, who you want to become? That is very important. This is huge. Who you want to become? You know who you are already, and I'm sure you want to run away from that person, but you can't. That's not how it goes. You are going to change into a new person, right? Physically, mentally, spiritually, you know, you're going to have to make the change, all right? This is when I, you know, when I saw that picture in my head of who I want to become, but I have all these things pulling me left and pulling me right, and it becomes a nightmare for me. I could not get to become who I truly, really deep down want to become. It took some adversity to woke me up, being like, dude, who you want to become? The person who you are trying to be right now, it's not gonna work out. Who you want to become, that's the real you. And that's when I grabbed my stuff and I came to another state to live. Was rough in the beginning, of course. Was really hard because I was trying to, you know, work things out, everything, and blah blah blah. It's like nothing wasn't freaking working out for me. It was like the universe was like, dude, that's not the reason why you came here. You have to fix yourself first, right? And that's what I, went out to do. So last year, when I started out, like really on the journey to get things done, um, it was a successful year for me. For the first time, I finally find myself being happy, truly happy, for the first time in my life. Once I did the things that I know I need to do. And this is the difference between me and a lot of people. We do not take the action despite the fact that we know we should move to a different location, and we don't. What do? We remained where we are, in the pain, in the suffering, in in the bitterness, in the anger, the hatred, all of that stuff. And this is why we're gonna have to make the move. Do what we need to do in order for us to get to where we need to go. Don't be afraid to take the shot, to make the move. Sometimes you just have to jump out there and see, even when you are terrified, petrified. And you do not know exactly what to do per se. I think you know what to do. I just think you do not want to do it. I think you do not want to get started. I think that's that's one of the hard part about being on this journey here and getting started. You do not really want to make the move that you know you need to make. It's a huge problem. And you are suffering, but you know that where you at, maybe let's say it's your job, and you don't feel like they have a lot of respect there, at that job for you. You're not feeling the respect, you're not feeling the love, that the appreciation, and so forth. It's time to go. And this is when you're gonna have to get serious and said, I am leaving. It took me a long time to start to pick up on those patterns that I have. I stayed somewhere for far too long, and I screwed myself over by staying in situations for too long. I understand it. Commitment, discipline, consistency, those are my traits. And they can be good and they can also be bad, because I can also committed to the wrong thing, committed to the wrong person, committed to the wrong goals, endeavors, wrong dreams. I've done all those before. It's different now. Now I am committed to the journey. I'm committed to where I need to go. I know what I wanted to do, only a matter of time before I do it. This will happen sometime soon. I will make it happen. All right? So, where you are right now and where you need to go, this is where we are having the issue. I think you wanted to make the move, but whatever is holding you back, whatever is stopping you, you are not brave enough to do something about it. You're going to have to be honest with yourself here. And be honest with the people who you have to be honest with. If you are single and by yourself, it should be easy for you. I think that's the best freaking time when you are single and by yourself. Being like, I don't have to say anything to anybody. You just pack your stuff up and you just go. All right? But let's say there are people in your life and you do not want to hurt those people. At least not to the degree, because it's kind of hard not to hurt others when you want to become who you want to become. It's just very difficult not to do. And be like, I want to go to this place, but and this person here is in my life and I do not want to hurt them. But you have to be honest. You gotta be honest and be like, look, I get it, I understand where we are and so forth, and but I need to do this, I need to make this move. Yeah. Yeah. And I have to learn that too. And when people start doing that to me, that's when I start doing it back. Because I used to be so loyal, so committed, so dedicated to others. And I realized that people doesn't give me the same loyalty. Or they will tell me, I don't owe you that loyalty. Fair enough. As painful as it is. It's really painful. I'm not gonna lie you, because somebody look at you and tell you that I don't have to be loyal to you. I wanted to go sleep with this person because I don't have to be loyal to you. I know this person longer than I know you, so I owe that person more loyalty than I owe you. These things are painful. These are painful conversations. Difficult. And you have to sit down there and endure all of that. Because it's not going to just go away overnight. It will not. You're going to have to go through that, and you're going to have to see those images in your head for a long time and hear those voices, those things that said to you, which hurts like hell. It's very painful, right? But you will get through it. Here comes a point when you're going to have to learn how to let those things go. You cannot sit down though and expect to get this from off of your, from out of your mind. You're gonna have to start doing some physical work, some physical exercises, right? And also some mind exercises as well, because it's very important. The two works together to change your self-image, like our title here tonight, change your self-image. Mind exercises plus physical exercises. Physical exercises change your outer body, your physique. You can take care of that if you are disciplined, committed, and you are consistent, and you are taking action. You can change your physical body. easy. Well, not easy, but doable, right? Once you stay on the grind, get on the grind and stay on the grind. Don't get off, okay? Your internal image of yourself. This can be challenging because a lot of us do not know how to do it. Some of us might stumble upon it by accident. But I figure out a way how I, how to change that image of myself. No, man, I don't play Roblox at all. That game, no, brother, no, 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 right? So that image of yourself, the image that you hold of yourself. Look, I'm not saying you should go out and go buy a brand new car or anything like that, but if you keep on finding yourself driving these old crappy buckets, who broke down on you and leave you at the road all the time, that's an image of yourself. The way how you carry yourself, the way how you talk, the way how you present yourself. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. I do put in that work. I work. I do. I worked on myself daily. So thank you very much. And I'm trying to get better. And I'm even complaining right now that I'm not doing enough. So thank you for saying that. That kind of changed my perspective. I'm like, yeah, because I go down to the gym every single day. I'm like, oh my God, I go down here every day and I'm not seeing the results I want to see. I know all of us want to look ripped and everything, and I mean these things take time, and I get it. We always wanted to see the results, and we're not seeing the results that we want to see, and then we just get pissed off, right? So the image that you hold of yourself, your behavior, your attitude, those are images. All right. At one point, the image of myself was anger. Was anger. I was angry. I was bitter. That was an image I hold of myself for a long time. I think I was just an angry person, which I was. But the truth is, I was going through that phase, and I need to go through it, get the hell out of there, and become the person who I am now. I have to go through that, and that was a very hard time, difficult, and it was scary. It was problems, it was troubles. I did not know what the heck to do about changing any of that. I was around people who, we were friends. We fall out because of my behavior. Has a lot to do with it. They couldn't help me. Nobody knows how to help me at the time. So I was trying to figure this thing here out. One day I was online and I stumbled upon something called personal development. I'm like, what the heck is this? I never heard of it before. And they start recommend all these books like Think and Grow Rich and audios by Earl Nightingale. And I came across people like Bob Proctor and Tony Robbins and all these other people. And so I started listening. And the more I listened, I realized that I have been lied to like for all of my life. I was told nothing but lies. Here I am at the time, 35 years old at the time, not knowing what the heck to do with my life. It's not that I didn't want better. I want better, but I could do better if I have the information to follow and take the necessary action that I need to take. None of this stuff. I have, it's like, what the heck am I supposed to do now? But by listening and following, I got the vibe. At the time I was in a relationship which was draining me, man. That relationship was just destroying me. I got out of it. Took me a long time to like cut it loose. But at least I got out of it, moved to, a different city. But I was going back and forth into it still. So yeah, it was a big old issue. And I said, no, I'm done with this. I need to get out of it, done with it. Then from there on, got into a business, started the business, was working on the business. And that didn't work out either. After a while, I realized that is not what I actually want. What I want was to be peaceful, at least in the beginning. At that time. I'm like, I don't really need to be in a business right now. I just need to be peaceful. And I need peace, I need calm. I need to reinstate my happiness, my joy. my peace. They need to put back into my life because they were not there at all. They were gone for many, 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 many years. Most of my life, they were not there. I'm not even sure if they were ever there really, because something always covers them up. You know, that golden Buddha, that golden Buddha was down beneath there, covered with clay. So I need to remove those clays to get to the golden Buddha, which is me, who you see now, and here talking to you, right? So I worked on the, I am doing well, thank you very much, Dion. Dion, where? What's up? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I trust me. I thought about Texas. My friend lives there. We drove her there like 5 years ago. I drove my friend there, and she's still there in Texas, and she loved it. Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't mind move to Texas. You might need to come visit over here in freaking Colorado where we at. You're probably a couple of hours away. A day, you might be a day and a half away, maybe. You don't depends on where in Texas you are coming from. Yeah. So I was, at the time trying to freaking change, man, and it was tough. And I finally saw some things that I needed to do. But it doesn't mean it was pretty in the beginning. When I make that move from, I was in California. What advice are you looking for? Right? When I was in California, so I make the move from one city in California to the next city. That gave me some relief. Promise you, I didn't even have a place to stay. I met some people, very nice, very kind people, and they let me stay at their house. That was great. And then I leave from their house to Colorado here. Right? So, you need to go through that phase. If you are mad, go through that phase. If it's anger issue you are having, you need to go, because I have been down that road way too many times. I'm not proud to admit it on here. Okay, I'm not. But at the time, I was trying to fix myself, which I did, because now I go to bed. I go to bed happy and I wake up happy. I don't have anger issues. I get mad, not mad, but I might get, my emotions might change for a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes, but I always get out of it and go back into peace and calm. I don't let that thing take my life over and run my life, because it did at one point. So if it's anger issue you are having, that's a whole nother yeah. If you're having anger issues, it could be from a lot of things. Okay? Whatever is causing you to be angry, take a look at it. You need to be honest with yourself. I don't know who it is. Maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your job, maybe it's your environment, maybe just people you are around, people who you do not like, right? Yeah. Take a look at what's causing you the anger. Be honest with yourself. Maybe it's you who, because you want it to be more than what you are right now. Maybe you want to be more than what you are right now. The person who you want to be, you are not being that person. You are not doing the things, that you need to do to become the person who you want to become. Because believe me, if you want to be better than who you are and you got stuck where you are, it can be daunting. It's a nightmare. It's miserable. Yeah. So you're gonna have to take a look at it. Right? Be honest with yourself. Who is causing you the anger? What's causing you the anger? And do something about it. Maybe you need to move. Maybe you need to find a different job. Maybe you need to just be by yourself for a while. you know. Yeah, it's 7:28 now, but yeah, appreciate you, Dion. Take care. Hope all is well with you. Talk to you soon. Bye bye. uh, Take care. Bye bye. Bye. Yeah. So yeah, don't be afraid, folks. Thanks, appreciate it. Thank you very much, and thanks for the comments too. That helps a lot as well. Right. So yes, folks, don't be afraid. To take a look at what's causing you the pain. You're gonna have to get serious about it. Who's causing you the pain? Where is this pain coming from? Because things happen to you and they hurt. You know what I mean? Have a good night, Dion. Take care. Bye bye. Yeah. All right. So you need to do this. This needs to happen. All right. So I am going to leave it there for tonight. As you know, we're talking about the image of yourself, and you need to work on it. Don't just overlook it, right? And don't pay any attention to it. Care about it. Care about how you feel. Look at how you feel. Your emotions are some of the biggest indicators. How you feel. Gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention to that. Typically, we want to feel good, right? And we want to find out what makes us unhappy and do something about that. Remove the unhappiness, and then your happiness will eventually just takes its place. It will take you some time, but nevertheless, you will get there. All right. Ryan here with a new video. Looking forward to see you soon in a brand new live. Take care and have a good night. Don't forget, get fit, stay fit, get in shape, stay in shape. Get healthy, stay healthy. Get on the grind and stay on the grind. I will see you at the top.